The two pulled in there and like he was parking to get ready to go to lunch.
Oh, wheel
and
hop.
around goes the 17 and into the wall.
You could hear the wheel hop, couldn't you?
Down, one coming.
And that will stop the clock. So now those teams wondering how much time they would need to go out onto the racetrack.
I am sure that I actually heard the rear wheels hopping.
Quite a bit of damage to the 17. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, right there. Look at the right rear. Talked about wheel hop. We saw it in practice. The first practice, we saw it last year in this race. We saw it in the spring race.
So just listen here. You heard the engine revving, and you heard the rear tires hopping on and off the racetrack. So look right here at the right rear tire as it comes into view. He's already going to start to spin out, but watch the rear tire. He almost has it saves, and then right here, the rear tire is going to, look at it right there, bouncing, and around it comes.
Our day to finally make the third round here qualifying at Martinsville, and second lap the car came in good. I was tracking where I needed to be to run a good lap, and just I got too much of it in one, and the brake pedal, and it just wheel hopped. So bummer for our Dow team, but hopefully we can get it all fixed. It's a fast race car. Started from the back. We finished fourth here earlier this year, so we'll be all right.
Good effort by the guys, though, to get them back out and try and make another qualifying attempt. Not what they wanted, though, today. Dave?
Spin right in front of our leader.
And into the wall.
I think that was the one of Josh White.
Fortunately, Sauter had enough room to see it. There's a second truck involved in that as well.
That's Kyle Donahue, that 16-year-old in the 63, came along after the fact.
Wow, you think maybe Donahue saw the crash and slowed and somebody booted him from behind?
Or locked up the brakes and around he went and made some contact with the left rear quarter. Pretty hard, significant contact with that left rear quarter panel.
Both of those guys are making their Truck Series debut. They didn't want it to wind up like that, for sure.
It certainly doesn't want to meet down there.
Bring it straight to pit road. Bring it straight to pit road.
Boy, that's the difference between a good break and a bad break. Obviously, for these two, not the way their day wanted to go, as you guys indicated, but also Johnny Sauter, the race leader, fortunate enough to be back just enough that where he didn't get caught up in that.
Wow. Donahue just got loose on entry, maybe saw the truck spinning, added a little bit extra brake pressure, locked up those rear tires, got to wheel hopping, and around it went. That's most likely what happened.
It looked like he actually hit the wall harder than the one truck of Josh White.
Yeah, he can't even drive his away. You just want to keep that guy in front of you honest. Don't let him save his stuff.
Spencer Gallagher, significant damage into the wall.
Yeah, it looks like a right front tire went down.
Keep coming here. Couple more coming inside.
Gallagher was back in the 15th spot.
Come down, come down.
Tough break, and once again, our caution clock.
No indication, don't think I hit the wall too bad.
That's good news. Sounds like he lost a tire. No indication, just went. And you know, when I talk about Cole Custer just keeping pace with Chase Elliott, you use those brakes really hard, you risk burning the bead, the rubber bead off of the right front tire.
You melt the bead, don't you?
So there's the damage on the right front fender for the 23 of Gallagher.
He was right in between the 18 of Harrison Burton and the 20 of Austin Hill. Again, no warning whatsoever. It just went. He's right, though. He did not make that hard a contact with the outside safer barrier.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Christopher Bell, they're all stacking up and they're all going to get around, and Harrison Burton has gone around down in turn one.
Fired up. Fired up.
Looks like Austin Terrio will get the free pass. Matt Crafton needs that position, but Terrio was ahead of him. They're back in the 21st and 22nd position. Harrison Burton was running inside the top 10 when he went spinning around, and he's going to lose a lap.
Yeah, he had it refired, but then he just couldn't get over the curb. So now, as all the trucks go by, that puts him a lap down.
Well, and Matt Crafton had gone a lap down also when they were trying to repair that brake issue on the 88.
I don't think he's going to get the free pass. It looks like Austin Terrio in the 02 truck will get the free pass right now.
Back up. Back up here.
Yeah, and Terrio's just a couple of trucks ahead of Crafton.
See if we can see what happened. Is that Timothy Peters gets in the back of Harrison Burton. and sends him around. I saw the mark on the rear bumper. His truck, last time we saw it, was clean. I felt like he probably had some help getting around there.
And you can see there's a gap between where Burton was running and the truck ahead of him. That means Timothy Peters saw the laps were running down. He saw that that gap was there, needed that spot, got to the inside, and Burton tried to close the door. Timothy said, I can't give that spot up this late. Oh, and we got a spinner in turn 2.
A little bit of contact from John
it's a chaser.
Townley coming in. So the 33 of Ben Kennedy spins. I don't think he was going to have any damage until Townley just couldn't get stopped in time and got into him.
And I think probably Ben Kennedy's probably going to be okay with that minimal damage there, but Matt Crafton will get our free pass. A lot of damage to the Zaxby Chevy for John West Townley.
They're going to have to come in and pull that right rear fender out on the Jacob Company's Chevy. Phil, I don't think he can finish this race. You can see the tires rubbing. I think they'll have to make that move.
Yeah, and they might as well not, because he's all the way back to the tail of the lead lap.
And how quickly have things changed? Matt Crafton was the guy on the outside looking in, a lap down. Ben Kennedy top 10. Now Crafton back on the lead lap, and Kennedy is going to have to come to pit road for repairs.
Well, here's how it happened. The 33 goes around, maybe a little help from the 41 of Ben Rhodes.
Overheard a spotter saying it was the 41 that got us.
And then you see that John West Townley just couldn't get stopped in time.
Just about got stopped, but a lot of damage, though, to his Chevy.
Ah, you see that there, just hits him in the back.
Just gets in the center of the corner, just gets in the throttle beforehand.
Where did Matt Tift get all that front end damage? Let's see if we can provide an answer. Right there in the middle of 1 and 2, behind the 05 of John West Townley.
See, very right side of your screen, the 33 truck just spun here. So I think everyone's going to seize up when they see the caution. You see Matt slow down. Then Cole Witt slows down. And Matt Tift gets in the back of the 92 of Cole Witt.
Just an accordion effect.
It's a pretty heavy contact for Martinsville as well. That thing is shortened up a few feet at the back of the 17.
Yeah, he got either spun or got spun getting into the corner.
Meet him in the garage here, guys.
He's sitting in the middle of the corner right now, so
Trying to find an opening so he can get down on the racetrack and get back to the garage, as we just heard on the communication there.
You see he's already backwards up out of the groove, carrying quite a bit of speed. So to your point, Jeff, he either had an issue like a wheel hop issue or had some help at the end of the backstretch, but he got spun around really early. You see right here, he's high out of the groove. I don't see a car behind him. I would have to guess that looks like a wheel hop issue, wouldn't you assume?
yeah, that would be my guess. That's the same problem he had in practice wreck. He wheel hopped to get into turn 3 and is much out of the groove and the pace he was carrying.
A lot of damage. Here's the replay. So on board right here, oh, that looks like a melted bead for sure. It just goes straight, and that is some heavy contact. I don't think that's just sheet metal damage.
No,
that is
that's big
heavy contact.
And again, Carl Edwards, one of the chase drivers, now having an issue. His teammate Denny Hamlin was speeding earlier on pit road. Now Carl Edwards with this damage. You see, yeah, the sparks coming out of the right front.
That's what's scary about pitting early here. We talked about having that gamble, knowing the possibility of melting a bead. It's not